Hi there, folks. Welcome to the program. This, of course, is Stinchfield, the podcast. I am here to offer you up a very important warning. Gavin Newsom may be the most dangerous Democrat Republicans could face in the presidential election come 2024. This guy is slick. He is sly. Yes, he's a liar. Yes, his policies are awful. But when it comes to the white liberal woman, one of the most dangerous creatures on earth, Gavin Newsom is, someone they look to, someone they're attracted to, someone they would embrace, and someone they do embrace. Gavin Newsom right now is doing more fighting for the Democrat Party than most Republicans are for the Republican Party. Of course, I'm excluding President Trump in that. He has been phenomenal. There's a few other Republicans out there that have been phenomenal, but for the most part, Gavin Newsom is bringing a fight to this redistricting deal, this fight to control Congress, that Republicans need to take a page out of his book. He's riling up his base. He is rallying the troops. All of it leads me to believe that if you're outside of California, see, Californians know what Gavin Newsom really is. A governor with a failed state, failed policies, failed economy, failed everything. But if you're in Virginia, you see a slick, good-looking guy who speaks with a forked tongue, and that makes him very, very dangerous. So do not discount Gavin Newsom. That's what this podcast is about today, and we'll go through some of the reasons why, and we'll also go through how we fight him in his quest to change the California Constitution, to redistrict California in an effort to win the United States Congress in favor of Democrats. So we'll talk about that today. Before we do, though, I want to tell you about my friends over at Colonial Metals Group. Listen, there is no doubt that BRICS nations like Iran, Russia, the other bad actors are all waging a flat-out war on the American dollar. They want to crush the American dollar. What stands in its way of that? Well, one, President Trump. Two, gold. Gold is a great asset when it comes to protecting your portfolio from this type of chaos. Now, I want you to think about this as well. The United States, though we are doing a good job of starting the process of cutting spending, we are nowhere near where we need to be when it comes to that. And because we still spend like drunken sailors means that the price of gold will continue to rise. Start hoarding this asset to protect your portfolio. Colonial Metals Group can help you do that. The website is freegoldguide.com. That's freegoldguide.com/grant. freegoldguide.com/grant. Or call them at 800-458-7356, 800-458-7356. Get your guide to owning gold in the Trump era today. It's a real great guide at that, and it'll show you all the reasons why you need to be making this part of your portfolio. You can click on the QR code or shoot a picture of the QR code on your screen as well. With that, let's get this show started.
Uncensored and unapologetic. This is Stinchfield. Here's your host, Grant Stinchfield.
Did you see Gavin Newsom? Gavin Newsom, folks, may be the most dangerous Democrat that we have to face as Republicans. Now, I know this is going to irk all of you, and I know that all of you living here in California know that he is deceitful. You know that he's slimy. You know that everything he has done has failed California. Every move he has made life harder for you. And yet, here I am putting him at the top of the list as the Democratic choices for governor. Now, how do I put Gavin Newsom at the top of the list when he is going to have to answer for California, the failed state that this state is? Well, I put him at the top of the list because the guy is smart. Now, he's not smart when it comes to policy, and I'm not even sure how much he believes of the nonsense that he pushes. I mean this. I actually think from watching some of his interviews when he sits down with, Hannity and Charlie Kirk and others, that I don't even know how much this guy really believes that he will do anything for power. And power to him means money. And I think he goes right along with the same model that the Bidens, the Clintons, and the Obamas have. They're going to make wild profits off of their positions of power. But he's a smart guy when it comes to politics. He's a smart guy when it comes to putting up this fight and taking Texas on head on, making enemy number one Donald Trump. What has this done? I thought that Gavin Newsom was behind, down and out, knocked down a few times after his crazy conservative podcast stunts. It did not play well with his base. But you know what does play well with his base? Taking on President Trump. As ridiculous as it sounds to all of us, but it riles his base. He knows exactly what he's doing by this. So, you know what else riles his base? Taking on Texas head on. So Texas is going to redistrict. They're going to add 5 new Republican seats. Gavin Newsom, to push back, says, well, we're going to redistrict. And we're going to redistrict more Democrat seats in California. To do this, he's got to get a special election. He pounced into action. You know how hard it is to get a special election done? By all accounts, he has about 2 weeks to be able to make this happen. Well, let me tell you something. The left-wing legislature is going to fall right in line and vote this through. I have no doubt that he's going to get this through unless Republicans double spring into action and hold this up in all kinds of lawsuits. And we're going to talk about that as well and some of the things that they can do. But the first thing that I want all of you to realize, okay, is that the rest of the country does not know what Californians know. They don't know how bad Gavin Newsom is. They see this handsome man with the slick hair who pushes back against Trump, who talks with a forked tongue, but does it in a way that he sucks people in. The guy's a snake. But snakes in politics are very, very dangerous. Listen to him yesterday at his news conference. This is cut 7. Roll it.
I think it's pretty sick and pathetic. And it just said everything you need to know, the setting that we're under. That they chose the time, manner, and place to send their district director outside right when we're about to have this press conference. Said everything you know about Donald Trump's America. And that was top down. You know that for a fact. They'll deny it, I'm sure. Maybe they won't deny it. Said everything you know about the authoritarian tendencies of the President of the United States. I said in a moment ago, wake up, America. Wake up. You will not have a country if he rigs this election. You will have a president who will be running for a 3rd term. Mark my word. I wasn't exaggerating when I said that I received in the mail a Trump 2028 hat from one of his biggest supporters. These guys are not screwing around. The rules do not apply to him. The most corrupt president in history.
All right. First off, somebody sending him a Trump 2028 hat is brilliant. Okay, I love it. That's called triggering him, and he knows that Trump isn't going to run for a 3rd term. I wish he could. He can't, though, and we know he can't. It's not going to happen. All right, anybody that thinks it is, you're wrong. But do you see what he did there? He just did what I did to all of you. He gave the same warning about Trump, who's not even running, because he wants you to think that he is, because he wants him to be running against Trump, that I gave about him. This guy's dangerous. He's a threat. All of these things. Why do I give the warning about Gavin Newsom? Because he is. Now, let me explain to you how politics works. So, Newsom holds this news conference, and Trump and Tom Homan and the ICE folks and Kristi Noem are brilliant. They upstage him